Hello, welcome to Millie's Southern Kitchen, and today I'm going to show you how I made this easy skillet chicken and rice dish for my family. I started off with black pepper, garlic seasoning, Lowry seasoning salt, garlic powder, accent, and Flavor God everything seasoning. You are going to season your chicken the way you like it. This is just what I used, okay? So I seasoned my chicken legs and I put them into a skillet with about 2 tablespoons of oil. And this is just so that I can but actually brown each side of my chicken. So I put it into the skillet, and we're not going to be cooking it. We're only browning it so that it can be brown for a step that you'll see later on in this video. So just brown it for about 2 or 3 minutes on one side, and then flip it, and you're going to be preparing this to go into the oven in just a few steps, right? So again, just make sure you're not cooking it, right? I cook this on medium high just to hurry up and brown it. So again, put it on one side, let that brown, flip it over, and let it continue to brown, okay? And this is what it looks like. If you want yours darker or lighter, you can do that, but this is just what I did, okay? Once I'm satisfied with the level of brownness and the level of crispiness, I am going to remove it from my dish, and I'm going to drain it on a paper towel, and I'm going to sit that to the side. And I am going to leave the drippings from it into the skillet. Then I'm going to take about 1 medium onion. I chop this up. I don't like to use sweet onions, so this is a yellow onion. You want to put that off into the skillet with the drippings. So you want to have enough oil in the skillet beforehand so that it's not, fully absorbed once you brown your chicken. But anyway, I put the onion on top of the drippings, as you can see here, and I am just sauteing it. I don't want to overcook the onion. I don't want it to burn. I just want to get it really nice and brown and pretty for my dish. And I want the onions to be cooked because my family is not big on onions. If they see the onions or if they're raw, they won't eat them. So again, I'm not trying to overcook them. I just want them in there for flavor. Next, I'm going to add in 2 cups of uncooked rice. You can use wild rice, jasmine rice, parboiled rice, whatever type of rice that you want. This is just regular long grain rice. I added 2 cups, and I am going to stir that in with the onions to make sure that that gets really good and brown and soaks up all of that onion juice and everything else that we've put into the skillet prior. Next, I'm going to add 4 cups of water to my skillet, as you can see here. And I am just going to let that sit in here and just simmer just for a second. We're not cooking this on the stove top, right? Then I'm going to add in bouillon cubes. You could do 2 to 4. I put in 2 just because we are trying to reduce our sodium intake as much as possible. But I still like good flavorful food. So if you want to add more chicken bouillon, you can. And instead of water, you can use chicken stock. You can use chicken broth. But I'm just showing you the way that I did it for my family. Next, you want to season your mixture heavily, because once your rice cooks up into your dish, it's going to absorb a lot of your seasoning. So it's okay to go heavy. So what I did was I just took the seasonings that I used on my chicken. Now I'm seasoning my water mixture just to make sure that every bite that my family takes, it is seasoned to perfection, okay? So seasoning doesn't necessarily mean salty, right? You just want to make sure that you have enough seasoning to where you're not missing a lot of salt. I did add a little bit more seasoning salt because, hey, we do know that salt really does make a lot of dishes taste better. So I didn't go heavy with the salt, but it is some additional salt in there, or seasoning salt, okay? So once I have mixed all of those seasoning into my mixture, I am going to place my chicken drums on top of this rice mixture, okay? It doesn't have to be perfect because everything is going to cook up and cook around, and it's just going to be so good once you fully bake it. So just take your chicken drums, whatever meat that you want to use. It could be chicken thighs. I suggest that you use something with skins because it's going to create a broth and make a broth later. But I just place that on top of the rice, and this is what it looks like. And then I like to taste my mixture to make sure that it's seasoned to my liking. And if you are comfortable with the seasoning, you can go ahead and get ready to put it in the oven. This is what it looks like. This is what mine looks like before I cover it in just a few seconds, as you'll see in the next step. I'm going to cover it with foil, and I'm going to bake it on 400 for a total of 30 minutes. But for the first 20 minutes, I'm going to let it, cook, and then I'm going to take it out of the oven, take the foil off, and let it cook for 10 more minutes. And when I take it out of the oven, this is what I have. This rice is so brothy, it's so flavorful, it is so seasoned, and it is just good comfort food. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope you enjoy this recipe.